go to the movies, you're there for an experience that's larger than life, and with that, you expect them to have been made somewhere that reflects that feeling. However, sometimes they'll come from a place you would never expect, such as Oklahoma, where an increasing amount of productions have started to arise in recent years. So I went to find out why so many projects are now being filmed in Oklahoma.
We are in the train station in Guthrie, Oklahoma, and Guthrie is the Hollywood of the central United States. My name is Adam Ropp, and I'm a producer and unit production manager on Union feature films that we have been shooting here in Guthrie.
I'm Christina Jenkins, and I am the owner and agent at Real Talent Studio. The whole reasoning behind it is because of the industry booming here in Oklahoma. So I started doing some investigating and asking of the different producers and directors that I knew here in Tulsa. And they all said that there was a need in Tulsa for an agency, another agency.
International Stunt School, here we go, header.
Hi, my name's Gabriel Hansen, and I'm a stuntman and a stunt coordinator. I've been working in the film and television industry for 18 years now.
My name is Trevor Rogers. I am the Executive Director of the Film Education Institute of Oklahoma. We are an ally and advocate for our burgeoning workforce in this growing film industry here in the state of Oklahoma. The growth in the industry is exceptional. We've seen an influx of both small and large projects coming to Oklahoma with more and more consistency. You see more and more A-list producers, directors, and Hollywood stars making their movies here in our state.
There are a lot of big things happening right now. Even just the Sylvester Stallone one here coming up that's about to cast here soon. Zachary Levi, we heard that he's moving here and he's done a few films here. TV shows, Reservation Dogs, just starting casting their season 2.
But what exactly is it about Oklahoma that's drawing in so many film productions?
I think first and foremost is there's just this earnest ability for Oklahomans to want to do more and to prove more than anyone else.
Big movements, ready? Good.
So that Oklahoma standard, that Oklahoma attitude's really gone very, very much in our favor.
I would say that Oklahoma is one of the best places in the United States to shoot any type of movie. Oklahoma has the second most diverse terrain in the entire nation. We also have the rebate here where a film will come in and a third of your budget will be given back to you if you meet certain stipulations by the locations you choose. You have to shoot like 90% of your movie here, you have to use local talent, etc. But if you meet those demands, your movie will get a third of its budget back, and that's what the rebate is.
When I moved to LA, there was a lot of what they call runaway production. So it was so expensive in Los Angeles to film there that places like Ohio and Michigan and Georgia, Texas, they started to sprout up their own film industries, and I'm excited to see what Oklahoma brings to the table.
We're a very earnest and affordable state to make movies in.
So that's obviously a main factor in movies wanting to come here, and that's why they are here. And a lot of towns are being very film friendly. They realize the monetary incentive to have movies coming into your town. You're using their hotels, you're eating at their restaurants, you're buying their coffee, you're paying to use their roads. And so a lot of towns are being real open about that now. And then you combine the fact that we have so much diverse terrain, you add in the rebate, and yeah, I mean, Oklahoma's third in the nation right now. It goes California, New York, and then the Sooner State.
Due to the rise in Oklahoma productions, the workforce has subsequently grown with it. But it seems that the industry is expanding so fast that there's now an increased demand for more crew members to match the amount of films coming here.
That's always a catch-22. It's a chicken or egg thing of making sure that you have enough work to satisfy the demand of the crew that you're building, but also to bring in more production. That's that next question they ask is, how many crew members do you have? So We definitely look at the opportunity. That's the reason why the FEIO exists, is to continue that legacy of an Oklahoma workforce that is built itself in pride and passion for the industry.
I would say the workforce is growing, but it's not growing fast enough, and that's a problem. It depends on who you talk to. Some people would say we really only have one crew here, like we only have enough people to do one movie. Some people say 3, another would say 5. No one says more than 5. I'm more in the 3 camp. I think we have enough people here to do 3 major movies at one time. I don't think there's enough after that.
We'll hopefully see a continued demand for more and more productions to come through because we have the resources here in our state to make it as seamless as possible for them to come film here.
Since the beginning of movie time, right, everyone's wanted to, you pack up, you go to LA, right? And when I started doing this in 2000, I think I was 15, and there was nothing in Oklahoma. I understand why people would want to pack up and go, but something you need to remember is that the amount of people who go to LA every year in pursuit of a movie career is around the population of Tulsa. It's right around 1 million people. That does not include the people that are already there. That does not include the people that have been there for years and that are experienced and talented. And then mainly that does not include the people who are already famous and in the position that you want to be. But now, because of the rebate, now because of this surge that's happening in Oklahoma, that industry has come here. Okay, so Hollywood has come here. What kind of a moron would go out and fight against famous A-listers already when you actually can be here and compete against people for these big Hollywood productions here, and the pond is much, much smaller.
I'm really happy since I've moved back to Oklahoma, to have found film work and that the film industry is growing.
Oklahoma is a great place to get started because there's a lot of non-union stuff here too. And so if you get connected with an agent, then you can start building your resume, and that's the key, is building your resume. It's a building process. You might start with background roles, and then you start doing principal roles, one-line roles, day player roles, and then you just grow from there.
It's a very exciting time to be an aspiring filmmaker here in Oklahoma. You're getting in at the ground floor of an industry that is, 100 years in the works, and it's exciting to be kind of at a renaissance, at the birth of a new industry here in our state. I always think back of what would it have been like to be in Hollywood in 1921 when the first Warner Brothers sign went up. Why couldn't that have been me? Well, you're having that opportunity now. We get to build that. We get to do it differently than anywhere else, and I think that's really probably the most romantic thing about this, is everybody gets to be a part of it, and it's really fun to watch.